Today I want to share with you how the sacred work, the sacred wisdom, the sacred practice of the Andean Despacho is supporting you, or could be supporting you, as a healer, as a facilitator, as a guide, as a mentor, in any position of service. Many of these things I'm going to speak with you about is applicable to other jobs as well, to other professions, but today I want to focus on those of you who are already a coach, a mentor, a facilitator, or a healer, even when you are practicing other modalities or another lineage. So the Andean Despacho is the most sacred offering of the Andes. It is over 3,000 years old. And over that time, as you can imagine, when a practice is kept so pure, so strong, so beautiful, it has built power, and it has a lot of power. I want to share with you how this Despacho, this offering, can help you, can strengthen you, can support your energy in your work of service. This is one of my greatest passions, actually, to make ancient wisdom very understandable, very practical for the modern day life, because ancient wisdom is not meant to be, or indigenous wisdom, it's not meant to be a spiritual practice that you do on the weekends, but it is actually meant to support you in your life, whatever or however your life may look like. So the Andean Despacho is an offering that you make to the earth, to the nature spirits. You have certain ingredients, but the main ingredient is your energy, your prayer, your love, your gratitude, your intention. And intention is going to be a big one for that. So the Andean Despachos, those are those beautiful flower and other ingredient mandalas that we create, and we breathe our prayers, our intention into it, and then we offer it to the earth. As I said, this is the most sacred Andean offering. Imagine, this has been kept pure for over 3,000 years, and it's being shared now by the Keros. That's how I received it from my Kero elders, and I share it with permission to support you in your life right now, in your service. So when we create a despacho, when we create an offering, when we give back to nature, we create a relationship with nature. And the nature beings, they have a lot of power. The Kero people, they say we live in the world of the living energy, so everything is alive. And that means we can build a relationship with everything that is here in this cosmos. So when you are facilitating, when you are creating a despacho, you are calling the support of the ocean, you are calling the warmth of the earth, the nurturing energy for your intentions, for your prayers, for the people you are working with. So we work a lot with nature, we work a lot with those spirit beings. So the first relationship you are building is, of course, with Pachamama, with our cosmic mother. And she's the mother of all. She's the reason we can have this life. She is the reason we are experiencing ourselves, our spiritual selves, here in an earthly body, in this beautiful life, even though it has the challenges. So when you are of service, for those of you who already are, you become a vessel. The energies, they flow through you. They need to flow through you to help the person, the soul that is in front of you. And it doesn't matter if you do that as a coach, and often the words come through your words, your actions, the ideas that you're having. If you're working as a healer, the energies may flow through and clear the energy and heal the parts that are not in alignment. And yeah, there are many, many ways to be of service. And the Despacho is really going to help you with that, because it builds those connections. And when you have a strong connection, a strong relationship with the nature beings, with Pachamama, with the fire, with the elements in itself, they are beings too, with the water, with the earth, with the wind. This power is supporting you in your work, and it's taking a part of that weight off your shoulder when you are holding another soul, or maybe you refer to the persons you're working with as a client. So when you are holding them, nature is supporting you. Nature is holding them through the connection that you are having with them. And when you offer something through the law of reciprocity, you're always receiving something. You're always giving thanks, and you are restoring that flow in life. I have this funny thing right now that when I make an offering the day after a solution to a problem, and currently this month it's packages are being offered to you. So for me, whenever I make an offering, a package that has been or seemed to be lost, or has taken a long time to come, is showing up just like that. So the Despacho, it moves a lot of energy. It has such a strength, and it has built that strength over those 3,000 years of Despacho making by hundreds and hundreds, thousands of medicine men and women all over Peru, and also in some parts of Bolivia, in Chile, in Colombia. So this power has built, and it is showing up to support you in your intentions and in your work. So it protects also your energy. Like, you have the backup of the mountains to support you in your work. Pachamama is constantly feeding you with life force, with living energy, to keep you from burning out. She is constantly keeping your spirits high because you are in service to her. And the nature is supporting you. That is my point. But imagine you work with a client and there is something not really in flow, like things are a little bit stuck. The person is not the soul is not able to let go. The power of the ocean comes in and washes the sorrow away, washes the blockages away, washes the pain away. In a very gentle way, as you know that the ocean is working, or it can be really strong. But because you have a connection with the ocean, you can speak to her, you can relate with her, you can argue with her also, to be gentle, to be kind, to show up in the way that you need it. You need the ocean to show up. And you heard me saying she, because we call her Mama Kocha, Mother Ocean, and she is supporting you. And now imagine that a person had a really rough childhood, and there's so much pain in their heart. And now the warmth and the nurturing energy of Pachamama, of the earth element, is oozing into that work, into that session through you. Wouldn't that be amazing to be held by the Great Mother? Hi Misha, it's good to see you. Just saying hi. So, or even, when there has been a lot of old energy, a lot of, the person in front of you, the soul in front of you is not really able to see something new. And there comes the freshness of a spring. And it's coming through you, and maybe you have a new idea that springs to mind and it's really fresh, and it comes in such a pure way. Then there is the power of the wind that the person can release with their breath, and you can give them a blessing through your breath. And that is the case even if you do not make a despacho with them, but it is because of the relationship that you have built with the nature beings through your despachos. And trust me, I've tried so many things of this in this path. The despachos, they are the thing. Like, they are the best thing to bring miracles, to foster also those connections, those levels of support. And when you work with the elements, when you work with nature, when you work with Pachamama, with the nature beings, with the mountains, with the water beings, you will never be alone in your work, in your life, and you will never carry all of that tension, all of that pressure to bring healing to somebody, because you understand this is flowing through me, and you have the most powerful beings, the most powerful forces on this entire earth, in the entire cosmos, flowing through you. They are your team. They are your backup, basically. So this happens when you make despachos, you build that relation, and that relationship is supporting you and is supporting your clients. It is also protecting your energy. It is helping you understand very viscerally, so in your body, somatically, that you are being of service right now, and you do not carry the result, you do not carry the pain of the other person. The elements in itself, if we just speak about them, they are master transformators. I don't know if that's the right word. Master transformers. If you put something in fire, it will be transmuted. Like it's been burned to ashes. It's gone. You can finally let things rest. It also gives you, working with those elements, working with Pachamama, it gives you insight. And you'll also be working with a lineage. So I'm sharing the lineage that I'm carrying, or the lineages for me, because I've been on this path over 10 years, and I am very blessed to have fostered a really loving and beautiful relationship with my elders, with my teachers. And I'm sharing that with you. And those are unbroken lineages that are unbroken before Incan times. And that is pretty amazing. Like, that's so good. Like the wisdom around this type of work, the insights you come, the backup you have is really, really amazing. But we spoke about all those things, how this will support you. But now I want to give you very clear examples of how these despachos that you are learning, because there are over 300 types of despachos, but you don't have to learn them all, not at all. There are different regions, there are different lineages, but you have to understand how the energy flows in a despacho, how you can make it as powerful as the people did thousands of years ago. And for that you have to have great foundations. You have to have those connections. You have to have the wisdom. You have to feel and see and know what is the guiding structure in this, because the guiding structure is keeping the authenticity, the integrity of the lineage. That is key. And then I'm going to show you in my upcoming course, if you haven't had a look at that, what I do is I teach a progression of despachos that are the most suitable for human relationships, for meeting the energies of your life. And with those, you can adapt that to anything in your life. Imagine that. That's pretty wild. There are a few very special ones, but with those, I'd like to explain them to you and show them how they will support your clients as well, and how they will support you as well. So, for example, you work with somebody that has or is struggling with their family relationships. So anyone that, maybe they're in a fight with their brother, or maybe it's a fight about heritage, or maybe there's something, it's difficult to speak with one another. We all know that, right? Like, families are tough. Then we have the Masintin Despacho, which helps you harmonize, which helps you get really clear of what you need and what you wish for in your family, for these issues to resolve, to come into a way of being harmonious with each other. And that is the Masintin Despacho, and we have a lot of wisdom around that, because the Despacho, it moves energy, like it changes, it transmutes, it opens doors, it removes blockages, so much that you even jump on a different timeline sometimes, because people are going to be affected by that, but in such a gentle way, because this is also our prayer for those changes to come gently, to come in a way that we can adapt to them, that we can accept them, that we can embrace them, which is really important, because the last thing we want to do is do so much healing and change so much that it creates a shock. Like, for those of you who are experienced in trauma healing, in trauma-informed coaching, you guys know we do not ever want to create a shock or a re-traumatization in our work. So this is one of our prayers, to be really gentle, to be really profound and sustainable in our transformations. And then you might have a client that is struggling within their business. So maybe, you know, they have co-workers and they do not get along well in the same team. This is also a great despacho to harmonize with them, which is awesome, because we all struggle with that sometimes. And then comes the next despacho that is absolutely amazing for anyone that is struggling in relationships to people that are different to them. So maybe you have somebody that struggles in their marriage, and there are fights and there's something they cannot agree on, and the energy is not really flowing. So the Yanantin Despacho is going to harmonize that. And the wisdom around the Yanantin is so profound that it will change your life. It will change your life, it will change the life of your clients, because it is our greatest learning opportunity, I might say, our greatest challenge in life, to harmonize, to create something beautiful with somebody, something, some energy that is fundamentally different to us. Because we are so different, it can be really tricky. Like, it has triggers big time. But, and that is the beautiful thing, when we are able to dance instead of fight, so we make a complementary opposite, we make something beautiful out of two things that are completely different, then we create something that is so beautiful, that could not have been there without this beautiful union, the union of complementary opposites. And we have that in relationships, we have that also when two persons that are really different begin a project together, create a business together. Maybe you have a business partner and you like to have more harmony there, and for both of you to bring in your unique gifts. This one, the Despacho, the Yanantin Despacho, is the great one for that. And we can also use that with challenges. We can use that with, you know, things we are facing in life that are difficult for us. So that is a really, really exciting despacho, because the Yanantin, it explains us, like, it's ancient wisdom, it's so old, and it explains us exactly how we can embrace our uniqueness, the things that make us who we are, while also being in relationship. And what we create from that is something so stunning. It's like dancing a tango. It's like the yin and the yang. Imagine the yin and the yang being like mixed, and like all the colors mixed. It would be a gray blob, right? Wouldn't be as beautiful. And this is part of that teaching around the Yanantin, how to keep your uniqueness while being in relationship, while starting to move and to shift and create something really beautiful with another. And you might have clients, or yourself, you want to bring a big project to life. You have a big vision, you have a dream. Maybe, you know, it's work related, maybe it's family related, maybe it is travel related, maybe it's just fun, you know, something so beautiful you want to create. With a Tevantin Despacho, you call on the big guns of the universe. Because you call on like the elements, you call on Pachamama, you call on spirit, you call on all the nature beings, while also activating your power of will and love, your power to create something, to start something and bring it to completion. That is called your Ati, which is essential if you want to start projects, you want to create something in the world, you want to actively, consciously take part in the co-creation of your reality. Your Ati is very important. It is your ability to start something and to see it through to completion, to fruition. And then we have the Yankai, which is your way of your actions, your service in the world. So that is really important, because no manifestation is going to work without your actions. So this is going to activate that. Maybe you are somebody, you have big dreams, you think about it a lot. Maybe you start something, but you do not follow through with the actions. So now we need the Yankai. And then we have the sacred wisdom, wisdom that is experience, wisdom that is more than just knowledge, wisdom that is really, really practical, that is also divine. This is your Yachai, and this one is going to be activated also in your Despacho, in your Tawantin Despacho for that project. So that's pretty exciting. Now I want to touch on the Munai, the love and the will, because sometimes the Munai is translated as your unconditional love, which is true, but there is an important part missing. Munai is also the word for intention. It's the Quechua word for intention. All of the words that I've been using that you didn't know, they are Quechua words, which is the original language of the Q'ero people. So the Munai is like amazing because it is not only love, it is love under your will, which means you can produce the Munai, you can produce the love and bring that to a project. You can, it is also the willpower. It is the same word for intention, it is the same word for willpower, it is the same word for love in Quechua, and it is Munai. So it activates your willpower. Think of a mother, like a mother, if you look at it in the animal kingdom where there's no trauma and such, a mother will protect their child. A mother will protect their child at all costs. Like they will move mountain to keep your child or their child safe. And that is the Munai. And if you have that activated for your project, you can do anything. Like you can create everything. And that is pretty exciting. And and that is how you can support your clients with Despachos. And you do not need to be a mesa carrier. You do not need to be a shaman for that. The Despacho, even though it is the most artful, the most sacred of offerings of all, they are also a great start into the tradition. They are a great start to build those relationships, a great start to become conscious of energy, of cosmovision, of how energy flows, how energy supports you. And that's that's really interesting. So if you guys have any questions, you can pop them in the chat. I'm happy to answer any questions at all. And so the Despacho, it really brings you into alignment. Like the Despacho works on so many levels, but things that are really present with the Despacho is it creates those relationships that I've been talking about to the nature beings, to the earth, to the Mother Earth, Pachamama, to spirit, to the elements, to the mountains, to maybe you have a beautiful forest around you, to the energy of your place as well. And in doing so, it activates the reciprocity, the sacred Aini, which means you are always receiving from them, and now you are acknowledging them, you are giving back to them. And just like any relationship, your relationship with nature will flourish when you start to give back. It will start to create a flow. Maybe you have noticed that if you smiled at somebody and they responded to it and they gave back to you and said, "Oh, hi, so nice to meet you." And then, your energy changed and it went on, and you went through the day and they went through the day. So that I need a reciprocity, the flow of energy, giving and receiving. This is a flow in life, and this is not linear, like it expands big time. And with Despachos, you really activate that for your life. You become really conscious of it. You become really aware. And magic is going to happen through that. I cannot explain otherwise. Over like all those years of Despacho making, I have seen incredible healings, changes, transformations, like completely shifting things around happen. It protected, or it gave my father back to me when he was really, really sick, and we were getting ready to say goodbye to him, and overnight things changed, and it's been a couple of years and he's still healthy and good, and I'm glad to still have a father, you know. And like those shifts that come from a despacho, they are profound, and they are not always what you think is gonna happen. It's not always what you want, but it's always what you need. Like the time after Despacho is so incredible, special. It will give you opportunities to grow. It will give you opportunities to reflect on your beliefs, on your stance on some things, how you act, how you treat others, how you treat yourself most often, to be honest. So yeah, it's really awesome. And also with the Despacho, like the time after Despacho and during the ceremony in itself, it helps you to align with what you truly want. Imagine, like, I'm sure you guys have felt this, like thinking of something, feeling like I have a vision, I have a dream, but you don't really connect with it. And then you wonder, like, why are my manifestations not happening? They are not happening because you are not aligning your actions, your thoughts, your beliefs, your emotions to it. And a Despacho truly helps you to align with your entire energy to your intention. And in that way, it's gonna happen in some way or another. So that's really, really good. And that connection you build with nature, like, it's priceless. You will never feel alone again. You will never feel like everything is just too much. You might feel it, but then you remember, oh my God, like, I have the ocean supporting me. I have the mountains backing me up. I have 3,000 years of medicine men and women backing me up in my way I live my life. Isn't that amazing? Like, just thinking about it, it shifts my energy just like that. So yeah, these are the things I wanted to share with you. If you have any questions about Despachos, about facilitation, you can always send me a message. I'm always happy to talk. If you would love to learn this type of work, this type of play, because playfulness is a big thing, I have a beautiful course, a 6-week Despacho course, where you learn the foundations and you go really, really deep. And it doesn't matter if you don't have any experience, or if you are a Mesa carrier and have been doing Despachos. This course will change your practice. It will change the way you facilitate. It will change your energy field, because it will clear your path. It will put you on a different timeline, if that is what you want. If that is your dream, it might be your intention, to build a deeper relationship. And for that, you might need to clear your ancestry. We do that in the course. You might want to, create something really, really awesome for the world, where you share your gifts, or I don't know what it is. Like, I'm excited already by thinking of it without knowing what it is, what you want to create. These Despachos are gonna support you in ways that you cannot imagine. And like, this is not just a beautiful ritual that you do. Like, it changes lives. It changes the energy. It transforms. It opens pathways. It brings in new opportunities. It clears everything. It aligns you. It activates something within you, something really, really awesome. We do in the course is also to connect with our drop of God within ourselves. So in that we meet our full potential. And this beautiful drop of God, I was not going to share about it here, but I'm going to do it because it's so beautiful. We say it's the Inca seed, the seed of light that is within you. And this is the drop of God, your spirit. And when we water it, our tradition, you see by the way I speak, is like a farmer tradition. We have a lot of analogy that is close to nature. If we are able to irrigate that seed and make it grow and make it sprout and make it, bring fruit, we are blooming. We are becoming something that is so amazing. And this beautiful Inca seed, this drop of God, this light seed within you, it carries your unique blueprint up until enlightenment. So but of course you need to practice. So we activate it and we see what we want to create with it. That is also something that is really, really sweet in the course. And also the way we are in community, because we are going to be live every week. We have a community chat where we speak to one another. We cannot be without community. When we grow in community, it gets so much better, and you might even make friends, from the other side of the world. I have made so many beautiful soul family, I would say, like over the years through this work, because it unites us. It is all of us that are here as earth keepers, at dream weavers, at people with a vision, people that want to bring change in some form or another. And we meet through the portal of the internet. We connect our hearts, just like Gunther just said, you speak from my shaman's heart. Yeah, this is what it's about, right? It's about finding one another, and our hearts will beat alike and we align together. And when we direct our power together in the same directions, we are going to go so far, We are going to support each other, and sometimes one carries the other, one pushes the other, maybe somebody tucks the other just a little bit, or maybe we give them a little push over a big rock in our path. So you see, I'm big on community. That's why my spaces, I wasn't happy with my spaces when I started on this path. I was really shocked by it, but that's a whole other topic, like how people can be so spiritual but not practice it in the communities. And so I thought, let's create my own community. Let's find the soul family that is somewhere on this earth. And if you are feeling something in your heart, message me, connect with me. I have many offerings, many ways of working together. I'm sending you my blessings, which always include the love of Pachamama, the guidance of spirit, all my love, all my actions, all my thoughts, all my power is directed in making this earth a beautiful place for every being, for every animal, for every human, for every soul on this planet, every plant, every nature being. And part of that is reconnecting to nature, and also to understand oneself and to take responsibility for our thoughts, our actions, our emotions. And I love to do that in a playful way, and we do that in the most playful way with Despachos, because this is a beautiful ceremony. It just creates magic. So if you're ready to create magic in that life, in your reality, message me, be in touch, share something. I'd love to hear from you. Have a beautiful day. All my love. Many blessings. Bye bye.